Assalamu alaikum students. Today we are going to do Seven Ages of Men by William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare is universally regarded as the greatest dramatist and the finest poet of the English language. He lived in England during the era of Queen Elizabeth I, of which historians consider the Elizabethan age as a peak of English culture. So we got to know that during the rule of Queen Elizabeth I in England, the culture was greatly promoted. That means poetry, art, literature, theatre, everything. William Shakespeare was in England and at that particular time, and that's why he became famous as an actor first and then as a playwright. The birth date of William Shakespeare is based on the record of the parish register. He was baptized on April 26, 1564 in the Holy Trinity Church in Stratford-upon-Avon and buried there on April 25, 1616. Shakespeare began his career as an actor in London around 1588. So, he started as an actor first in 1588. Within a few years, by 1592, he had attained success as an actor and playwright. So, by 1592, he started writing plays as well. In 1594, he became a shareholder of his acting company, Lord Chamberlain Men, later called the King's Men, for which he wrote many successful and popular plays. So, by 1594, he gained promotion in his status. He became shareholder of his own company, which used to perform and write plays for the court of Elizabeth. And in 1599, he became the partner in the Globe Theatre and subsequently the Blackfriars Theatre. And by 1599, he actually got the partnership in the most famous theatre of England at that time, Globe Theatre. Shakespeare produced most of his known work between 1589 and 1613. His early plays were mainly comedies and histories, and these works remain regarded as some of the best work produced in these genres. Genres means type of writing, like comedy, history, tragedy, etc. He then wrote mainly tragedies until about 1608, including Hamlet, Othello, King Lear, and Macbeth, considered some of the finest work in the English language. So these four plays till today are followed in theatre, in movies, and the plot and the structure of these books are also followed by many writers till today. In his last phase, he wrote tragic comedies and also known as romances. So his last part of the career in writing, he wrote tragic comedies and romances. And he shifted the genres from starting with the comedies and histories to tragedies and then tragic comedies and then romances. And collaborated with other playwrights means that he also worked with other playwrights at this time. Shakespeare is a high critic of life and literature. Shakespeare's writing and literature talks about life, okay, how the people live, how the society influences them, how people behave in a society. This is all the part of Shakespeare's literature. This poem, Seven Ages of Men, is a part of the monologue of Jacques and Shakespeare as you like it. So, Seven Ages of Men is basically a monologue. Monologue means a one-person dialogue on a stage. Not a dialogue, but a speech on a stage. So, Jacques is the name of the character who actually performed it on the stage while doing this play as you like it. The poet comprehends the stage is set by the ultimate creator, God, and we are mere puppets, out to act our roles out as directed by him. So in this poem, the Shakespeare talks about that this world is actually a stage and the creator is the God, and we are all the puppets, we are all the actors who are going to perform their parts on this stage. Their exits and entrances are stage managed or predetermined. That means everyone has fixed role to perform. During their particular time and age in this world, they have to perform certain part. a man generally plays 7 typical parts. And how many of the parts they have to perform on a stage? There are 7, and each of us have 7 stages to perform on this world. This is how he has put forward this idea in 7 Ages of Men. The poem The 7 Ages of Men is a part of the play As You Like It, where Jacques makes a dramatic speech. This is the explanation of a monologue. In the presence of the Duke in Act 2, Scene 7, though the voice of the Jacques, Shakespeare sends out a profound message about life and our role in it. Very important. It's a repetition of what I've said before. Basically, monologue is a dramatic speech. A speech dramatically delivered by any actor or performer on a stage. And here the Jacques, the character who actually very sardonically delivered it, in a very sober manner, delivered this whole speech. And then in this speech we get the voice of Shakespeare. Because this speech is actually a depiction of Shakespeare's own thoughts. And this poem tells you about the life and our role in it. So this is a small central idea of the poem. Characters expresses their thoughts through monologues. Let me explain this monologue further. That monologue is actually the part of a theater, and here the characters express their thoughts through monologues and use them to deliver important speeches to the audience and other characters. They can be used to share feelings, plans, anxieties, anything that a character needs to communicate that can only be accomplished through speech. So, the difference between monologue and dialogue is that in a dialogue, you communicate with others and you have a response. In a monologue, basically, one person expresses his personal ideas to the audience, and the audience listens and comprehends and understands that what this character is feeling, going through, or what are his plans, etc. So this is a very important part of a good theatre, where the character gets the chance to express his own inner thoughts. So here in As You Like It, Jacques did that, and that whole speech is called 7 Ages of Men, which you are going to do in next lecture, in next class. Thank you. This is for today.